Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Colchester Kriegsspiel with me, Dave Pumphouse. Oh, it is 10:50 on the board, and we've had a lot of action going on. Some of it's quite confusing. When you get orders that conflict 10 minutes after one another, you kind of have to make a decision and try and have to fudge it to try and see how best you can maybe conduct the orders if you were that general in the saddle. But we'll get to that in a minute. The bridge, I know you're all thinking about it. I've been wondering how to settle this. First I was thinking, if it's a 1 or a 2, the gunpowder plot has failed. If it's a 3 or a 4, the bridge is damaged but not destroyed. But how that will affect things tactically, I don't know. I mean, if it was a 3 or a 4, it might as well be a 1 or a 2 in that case. Or a 5 and a 6 is destroyed. So we like to reward boldness and ingenuity. So we'll get rid of the ambiguous rule and we'll say if it's a 1, 2 or 3, it stays the same. But if it's 4, 5 or 6, it's blown up, it's gone. Let's meet him in the middle. Let's leave it up to the dice to decide whether this gunpowder plot has succeeded. That's a 2. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. So it was gunpowder, but the bridge is made of stone, apparently. It's not sabotaged as we were expecting. We even found new little chits to put on the board, but that's gone. Boom. There's a fire on it, but once that settles down, Honeywood will get a report in the next 10 minutes from Major Sparrow saying they tried to blow up the bridge but it didn't work. Here was me thinking Honeywood was going to get an Elliot Gould moment where he's running up to the bridge and just sees it go in the last final moments on a bridge too far. But not today. You're lucky, Honeywood, so make out of that of what you will. Now, Captain Freeman, he is technically supposed to be under Fairfax's command. But Honeywood's kind of sent over a message to the cav sitting on Boxford Road and said, try and screen the infantry and prevent any attack coming from this corner. So we've moved the dragoons over and plonked them in this wood, and they're going to have a fire at these horses. And it's a 6. Ooh. At what, 200 meters? About 200 meters. Not a lot of them will fall, but it will certainly scare off the cavalry. They've already been told by Lord Capel to charge those guns, and they might just try and reposition and join up with this attack, and what will happen is we'll have a cavalry charge. We'll have a cavalry charge right at those guns. Some of them will probably get caught up with the pikes. They'll take hits from those dragoons, but it's what they've ordered, so we'll do it. We've introduced a new player as well, conducting Major Delborough and the Tower Regiment. He's told them to hold where they are, 500 meters or so in front of Royalist lines. This battery, I think, is going to give George Lisle something to think about. He's been sitting there too long. They've seen people run out of those houses after they were been occupied by Royalist troops. He's going to fire the guns at them. 500 meters. It's good effect. And a 5 and a 5. Bam, bam, bam. Certainly takes the roof off. Okay, now, amazingly enough, the infantry haven't been told to move forward. I can understand George Lisle doing it, but Lord Capel ordering a cavalry charge without any infantry support. I know they're a bit far away, but they could at least come down and offer some support. I mean, George Lisle's got this sewn up. He's all right. He's okay. But I guess he just doesn't want this gate to fall. So, but where the action is, of course, is where Charles Lucas is. He's told Charles Lucas number 2 to come and slam in to the side of these guys here. I'm going to have Ingleby's regiment do another volley into the side of them as they decide to move forward. I'll keep it at long range. It's a 4. Okay. Now this is interesting. This is going to be interesting. Because Fairfax is still riding the lines, he hasn't changed his orders. That's still a melee. I think maybe the Parliamentarian attack is going to fail here, or at least it's going to become a big old bloody mess. So these guys are going to have a melee come in with pikes. They are a -1. He's a whoops. It's 5 and a 3. We'll remember that. Bring it back. This guy's at a -1 because he's disrupted, but we've got a 5 and a 3. We won't change that. I mean, that's a fairly decent roll, even though that brings it down to a 3 and that's a 2. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? They're not great troops, but he does charge in. Now these cannons, they've taken a bit of a blast. They do still kind of see Charles Lucas volunteers coming in, so they'll definitely get a shot. Okay, he does a melee of 4, so that brings it up to a 5. Interesting. This guy's going to shoot. Is it going to be good effect or bad effect? It's good effect. Ooh, into Charles Lucas volunteers. Oh, you poor bastards. With a 4. And that is at a range of, where's my stick? That's like 160, 180 meters. That is very close. As they've wheeled round. Whew. These guys are going to take a big hit. I can feel it. Ingleby's regiment here, he's only fighting them at the moment. He's not going to do anything. But these guys next turn will definitely charge in to these volunteers. Battery guns, they're going to fire again at the artillery, or where they think it is. With bad effect. And a 2. It's probably going to miss. St Mary's Battery has still been told to fire on Ingleby's regiment, so that's what they're going to do. Oh, it was almost a 1. It was almost a 1. So it doesn't fall through yet. Is it going to be good effect or bad effect? It is bad effect. And a 4. Might kill a couple, but not all that many. So let's sort out Charles Lucas number 4. They're disorganised. I was half willing to give them a fall back just so we can save some men. They do have their commander. He has ran over to kind of convince the 70 men he's got left on the ridge there, facing double, quadruple their number. If it's a 6, they'll stay and they'll die where they stand. But it will take a miracle. It's a fort. That they run. They run without giving up a fight. They're gone. He's come over. He saw they were in trouble. They're running. They were disorganised. It was 4-1. They're in a fallback. They're in a fallback action. That they are running. They're gonna go. They're gonna bolt. They're gonna bolt back to the gate. And in doing so, I'm going to allow Charles Lucas to come back and shake the Earl of Norwich and say, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? After firing, these guns are going to see these guys fall back, and they're going to come back to the Earl of Norwich as well. Now, Colonel Byrd hasn't been told to advance, but because they're shaking up. They're going to switch the line as they see from 200 odd meters away. Charles Lucas's regiment come in for a good scrap, good fight. So they're in melee now. Colonel Byrd is going to stop shooting. I mean, actually, he could give him one shot. He'll give him one shot with a 4. So yeah, he'll give another good shot. That will shake him up just a little bit. But I should also say that Lucas at 10:30, I think, was that 10? Can't remember. It was either 10:30 or 10:40. Gave a message to Gasgoine to charge the guns, and there was a gap back then, but now not so much. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and narrative this. We're going to try and fudge it, because he also sent a message at 10:50 as he was running over to the flank to tell Gascoigne to attack the flank of these units here. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Gascoigne is going to ride. They're all going to ride. Now Major Coleman over here with his 200 cavalry has also been told to screen the army as best as he can, and he is going to attempt to intercept, but he's going to get intercepted himself by Goring. Now this is going to, where it sounds a little bit silly and a little bit, again, fudged, but there is a gap. I mean, you can squeeze an army through that gap of 300 meters or so. So Gascoigne is going to do as he's told, and he's going to ride and slam into this regiment of Barksteads over here. But Colonel Hammond does have the legs in him. He's going to continue to ride. Yeah, he's just going to smash into these cannons. He's got the legs. He's going to do it. And all the while this happens, Barkstead's regiments, although you know what, we will say 3's there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They weren't engaged before, so it doesn't matter too much. They're interchangeable. They're going to form lines as they see the cavalry forming up, and Colonel Barkstead is going to join Barkstead's regiment number 1, and that is the new order of things. Now, we'll roll for Charles Lucas's regiment versus the Barkstead's regiment. It's a 1 and a 3. So that becomes a 2 and that stays a 3. Pitched battle. Stabby stab stab. Now Gasgoine is going to come in and charge in on their flank as well. But he's caught between a rock and a hard place now. He himself gets a 3. So, well, because they're Royalist cavalry, they go up 1, so that becomes a 4. Barkstead number 4 regiment is, yeah, getting hammered. I wonder what that will do to their morale. This comes off as well, and that's the lot. And then, of course, we now move on to 11 o'clock, and Gordon arrives. Splendid, he's arrived. He's here. He's probably going to get a message from Colonel Whaley to say what's going on or what he thinks is going on. Colonel Whaley to favour there, so he moves forward as well. Another kilometre. There you go. He's reporting back. Delborough to Fairfax. He's gone there. And Fairfax to Honeywood gets there. Fairfax to Whaley moves on. So he's arrived at Boxted Road. And this message is going backwards and forwards. God, blimey. So he's out, he's gone, he's conducted that, and now we've got a new fight coming in from the far right on the Parliamentarian lines here. Okay. Okay, now we need to roll these up. Now, remember, Royalist cavalry is better. That's a 4 and a 1. Ooh. Holy shit. Parliamentarian cavalry is not getting a break here. Okay, well I think that rolls up all the combats. So he'll get there because he's tried to chase off the guns. And then he'll probably take a shot from Colonel Gilbert. And the Earl of Norwich will know about it. And yeah, we'll come back and show you the result. See you in a bit. We forgot about the cavalry charge into the artillery. Okay. Let's have it. Let's go for it. A 6 and a 3. Well, will it mean much? Probably not. They're being charged in the flank. They've already had some dudes knocked out already. I think your guns are gone, Fairfax. I think you put them too far forward in the end. But right. So from right to left this time, you had Colonel Goring coming in and intercepting Major Delborough. Obviously, unless Major Delborough rolls 6s all day long, it's going to be really hard for him, especially as he was already outnumbered ever so slightly. He's taken some shock. He's lost some men. Barkstead is going to have to pull it out of the bag. Maybe he might send Barkstead number 3 to help Major Coleman on the flank here, or he might decide to push forward. This one was a bit of a crazy one. Gasgoine charging in, coming through, but he's probably going to get piked in the arse from Barkstead's regiment when it comes to it. But Barkstead number 4 is down to 92 men. They're going to have to decide what they want to do. Whether they're going to come back and reconsolidate after seeing what's happened to the guns or not, we'll have to see. Ingleby, oh no, this is Barkstead number 5. Bastard number 5 is pushed forward. They're probably going to have a volley each, and then we'll see what happens there. Fairfax, he's seeing his men holding a bit, but they've taken a lot of casualties, but they do have a lot of dead royalists in front of them. At least 100. At least 100 on, just on this ridge line here. St Mary's battery missed, so Ingleby number 1 is still pretty fresh, but he has just seen the guns fall silent behind him. Maybe Fairfax might have to see him off, but yeah, they lost 14 men, and they've just abandoned the guns. They've just abandoned the guns now. It's all over. What we will do though is, because Fairfax is so near the front, maybe we should have done it for Charles Lucas as well. But this is the third time Fairfax has been up the front now. If it's a 6, he's suffered a light wound. Oh no. Sorry, Jan, but you're too far near the front, mate. Sorry, ladies and gents, it was just too funny to, have to now message a guy to say, look, you're wounded. You've taken a pike to the arm or something, or fallen off your horse or something. Yeah, Fairfax's lament. But yeah, hopefully Gordon now can really mix things up. He maybe walk in through the east gate, blast through, and maybe the fight will end around lunchtime inside the town. Only time will tell. But we'll get on with what with what's happened. It's a big move. 1050. They just keep getting bigger and bigger. It's a delight to see. But obviously, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you very much for watching. And if you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. It will really help. And who knows? Maybe we'll do another one one day. Maybe we might even recommend this for the AC/DC come winter time. That'd be nice. See you later, everybody. Bye bye.